Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
The Smart India Hackathon has always been a platform that encourages bright minds to push the boundaries of conventional thinking and find inventive solutions to real-world problems. In the blockchain and cybersecurity segment, where the stakes are high and the need for cutting-edge solutions is paramount, our winning team has risen to the occasion with unparalleled determination and brilliance. So let's meet Om Mishra and his team. Welcome to the show, guys, and congratulations on your winning the hackathon.
Thank you, sir.
So, before we begin, let's get to know something about you guys. Just tell us something about you.
So, we are Team Nth Times the Charm, the prestigious champion of Smart India Hackathon 2023. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude towards the Smart India Hackathon committee and the AICT itself to provide us with the opportunity. Secondly, I would like to express my gratitude towards our team leader Om Mishra to provide us the path for the success throughout the competition and which leads to the winning of our team. And let me introduce one by one with my team members.
Sure.
So he's Tarun Raghav, she is Mehak, and our team leader Om Mishra. I am Yashvardhan, Lakshman Singh and Bharat Bhushan.
Great. Welcome you all, guys. You look brilliant.
Yes.
And to begin with, let's talk about the problem that you were out to address. What exactly is the problem that you worked on?
Yes, sir. At the starting of the Smart India Hackathon, we were approached with numerous problem statements we could have chosen. After carefully analyzing all the problem statements, we decided to take on the problem statement that was by the Gujarat government on how to tackle the issue of prevalent forgery in certificates by having a certification system based on blockchain system. This problem statement spoke to us because we all have in our daily lives faced issues with verification of documents, having to carry physical documents. This can be a hassle for everyone. So we decided to spend our efforts in solving this issue. So we started our journey by researching why exactly did the government thought that such a solution was required. So after a careful digging, after studying few research papers, we found out the main issues for this are the follows. First of all, document forgery is prevalent in over the world everywhere. Secondly, it's a very tedious and manual process of verification of documents, especially for large organizations like the government itself. And third, it costs money and a huge amount of paper to manage all these records. So after we found out the primary concerns that the government would want us to solve by developing a blockchain-based solution, we went on to develop a prototype of our solution. So the prototype of a solution we built was built on the Ethereum blockchain during the hackathon, but soon we realized that Ethereum blockchain won't be able to sustain a throughput that would be required for a global certificate issuance system. So we switched to a Polygon network to provide better throughput for the global needs. Yes, sir.
So before we actually delve into the solution part of it,
Yes, sir.
Remaining to the problem, how bad is the situation here? Is the situation really like we cannot really distinguish between a fake document and a real document?
Yes, sir. So we can distinguish between it, but it's a linear graph between the time spent on researching the document or the certificate and how good we can identify if it's correct or not. So governments and many organizations are not willing to spend thousands of hours that it requires and money spent on employees to check each and every certificate. It's a very huge burden on the economy as well as organizations.
So just for the understanding of viewers,
Yes, sir.
there are other platforms like DigiLocker
Yes,
and all
sir.
that stuff. So they are doing kind of a similar thing.
Yes.
So is it really similar, or is it something you guys have come up with something different which is not being done by them?
Yes, sir. So the main thing that distinguishes us from all the other centralized certification solutions is that we are decentralized. Having a centralized solution has its own advantages, but its biggest advantage is if the single node goes down, the entire community that was working on that certification solution will go down with it. But the blockchain solution enables organization to verify the certificates that were issued on our system without ever needing to contact us. They can directly go through the blockchain and find the certificate if the user has enabled it on a public view. So that's how we are differentiating us from all the other centralized solutions.
Okay, so I'm now very keen to understand how your system works. Can
Yes,
you
sir.
just let us know that?
Okay, sir. So first of all, our system Cert Secure, we have named it Cert Secure as for certificate secure. We have a three system process to issue certificates. Why a three system step? For something as crucial as changing how the country works on these certificates, we thought a solution would need a mass adoption. And for mass adoption, it first needs to be easy to use for everyone, and as well it needs to be accessible. We will discuss how it's accessible later. But first of all, let's go through how you can issue certificates on Cert Secure.
Okay.
So once you go to issue certificates, it's a 3-click process. Any organization can go to issue certificates. They can select the template they want to issue and upload the file containing the records of everyone who needs to be issued the certificate. As we can see, one of our team members will now be receiving a SIH participation certificate. And once we click on generate certificates, as you can see, one certificate was generated. And here you can see certificate ID and name, and now it's pending status. That means it's now started to being mined on blockchain and will soon be available on the blockchain. And if we click on view certificate, it will show us a local copy of the document. That's how it works.
Okay, so as an institution, if I want to cross-check your certificate,
Yes, sir.
so how does that help?
Yes, sir. So we have many ways an institution can check the certificates. The easiest being, every certificate or ours will come with an embedded QR code which you can scan to verify its legitimacy, as well as organizations. That's the whole point of blockchain. We don't want organizations to be trusting us for this process to continue. We also have APIs which the organizations can hit directly to verify it through the blockchain, or they can just directly head search the blockchain for the certificate ID, and they can also get it through that. Yes.
Okay, so are there any other institutions or any other companies who are into a similar space which could be a competition to this, or which could be competing with this particular solution of yours, idea of yours?
Yes, there are a few solutions out there for such kind of solution, but they also have their own issues that they have to deal with. Like they don't have easy UIs to use. It's very complex. They don't provide public APIs to fetch the records. These kind of issues. So we are planning to tackle all of these through our solution.
And also we studied that currently the same system was used by the government of Maharashtra. But the problem was they were using on the Ethereum, which is the minting capacity, which is generation of certificates per minute, was very low. So ours is based on Polygon. So minting capacity increases.
If I ask from this side of the table, I'm a user.
Yes.
So why should I be choosing your platform over any other platform? What is in it for me?
So basically you will use our platform over the others because first of all it's ease of use. Most certificates that are doing this, most companies that are doing it are mainly focusing on the global audience. Most of their websites are only available in English. These are the issues, and as we all know, most common people in India don't know English. We are talking about rural people in villages, and I believe that certification should be available to everyone. So we are also working on enabling AI solutions to convert our websites into multiple 22 languages of India. So we have started with Hindi.
Okay.
Our website also get translated automatically to Hindi, as well as we have also created a mobile app for many, so people can use it as by default. Also, you get an email whenever any organization issues a certificate to you, and you can just log in and all the certificates will be visible to you. Yes.
Okay, great. So you have already come up with a solution, but it seems
Yes,
that
sir.
you're still working on it and still
Yes, sir.
improvising on it, still trying to improve it and add features to it.
Yes, sir.
So can you let us know about all that is there which you still are working on, and what are the future plans with respect to this particular
Yes.
solution?
So I believe no solution will ever be perfect. So we are continuously working on improving our solutions. From the perspective of India, I think the app we are providing or the solution we are providing should serve its people in all its glory. This country has 22 languages, so we are continuously working on adding new languages. So our solution will be available in every language to everyone. As you can see, this is the English version of the site that is available. We are using AI-based technologies to also convert to different languages. Here you can see it's the Hindi site available, and it automatically gets converted. So it's no downtime between updating on the English side and the Hindi side. As well as this, we have a mobile app, and we are right now working on an API gateway, so we can connect with DigiLocker and import their certificates on Cert Secure also. As well as this, for rural areas who don't have access to internet, or let's say don't have that advanced of mobile phones to support apps, we are creating SMS APIs, so they can also access their certificates through SMS.
Now, we are talking about the improvisation terms also. So I am the member who is responsible for the UI essentials. So I would like to talk about the UI essentials, why the user experience is important for a user, because as a user, he does not know about the tech stack of our website. He does not know
Yeah.
about the functionality,
Exactly.
like the behind things. So the main thing that the user will see according to his perspective, the thing which is in front of him. So we have worked to improve the UI part also, to make it like modern. We see the websites like the government website which does not have a perfect UI, so the user will face many problems to figure out what kind of button is there, or what kind of a hovering effect is there. So as you can see, our UI is modern enough, and it is easily accessible with great typography, with increased size font, so that it is equitable and accessible to all of the users that are our stakeholders.
So that's very heartening to know that you're working on the accessibility part of it.
Yes.
You want to include more and more people, bring more and more people into the gambit. So that's wonderful. Another thing that comes to my mind is that you would also be needing a kind of an access to
Yes,
the government institutions, because if you have to cross verify the certificates,
Yes.
you might want to have tie-ups with a lot of government institutions which
Yes.
issue their certificates. So how are you tackling that part of it?
Yes, sir. The government of India and all its services are accessible to any developer or app developer through a central portal called the API Setu Gateway. So we have requested our access on the API Setu Gateway to get access. Once we get the access to the API, we can call DigiLocker and other government services, as well as government of Gujarat. Was this our solution? They also said they are planning on working with us on developing this further.
Okay, I'm very nice to know that, and all
Yes.
the best for that. I
Yes,
hope
sir.
you get all that access.
Yes.
And now coming to the business part of it,
Yes.
you have developed a solution. You have kind of not only have developed it, you are improvising it on it, and the look of it looks pretty wonderful to me.
Yes.
So, do you think you want to take the next step and bring it to the commercial level?
Yes. Sir.
Yes.
And if yes, then what are the plans for that?
So for government and public interest, we think this first of all should be free to the regular user. The user wouldn't have to pay for a service like this. So we are planning on charging organizations like big institutes and government organizations for the verification of issuing of certificates on this platform. So our business plan is to approach institutes and governments especially to integrate the system in theirs and explain to them how this will verify and streamline their process of certification, verification, and issue. For example, let's say there's a university, exam seasons and admission seasons, they have to easily verify thousands of certificates. They have at least 10 people working on verifying every certificate, manually checking them. So what if we go and tell them all their process can be done within a few seconds through the issuance of our technology in their tech stack. So these are the benefits we will tell organizations, especially government and private ones. This type of solution will provide you these benefits, and we will charge them for tiers, based on tiers, how many certificates they want to issue. That's our planning for going above to the government and institutional side.
And to start with, we have connected with our college. We are working with them closely. So any event or any function happens, so if our college wants to generate a certificate, it can be done through this application.
So that actually becomes your test case scenario,
Yes.
which can be presented to the other institutions and
Yes.
organizations.
And additionally, sir, we not only generate the certificate, we can also generate the mark sheet for 10th and 12th classes, and we also generate the degrees online blockchain based.
So yes, it proves that our project is
We
on
also-
large scale.
Yes, sir.
We also
Right.
have future plan on this.
So, I mean, you have a lot of things, sorted, worked out. So, any kind of a target in your mind that by that time, by that year or whatever time duration, you will actually be in the market and start, a commercialized venture out of this?
Yes, sir. So in our college itself, we are talking to some people that are starting incubations for startups, and we have talked to them, and we are in the talks to start this as a startup and offer organizations and institutes the ability to access this. Pretty soon, we are working on that.
So as you told us, what kind of deadline you are suggesting from us. So as such, no deadline is expected till now. But yes, we are working to incubate it with a startup, to start working on it, to commercialize it, and to business parts. But the deadline is not yet decided.
Yes.
So, I'm sure that deadline will soon be there, and
Yes, sir.
very soon we'll see all these faces in the business world venturing into a very successful enterprise. So, all the very best for your future,
Yes.
and congratulations once again on winning the hackathon. And I'm sure this will pave the way for a successful business venture in the near future. All the best to all of you.
Thank you,
And
sir.
thanks for coming here today.
Grateful, sir.
Thank you.
In an era where data security and trust in digital transaction are of utmost importance, our winners' contributions are not just commendable but hold the promise of shaping a more secure and resilient digital future for our nation. In the coming days, we'll bring you more such inspiring stories. Stay tuned.